Welcome back, Mindsetters. We have reached our last segment, so these questions are very relevant, and Ilsa has gone through most of them. But if you still have some, you can still send some. But in this last session, listen carefully, because she will be answering them, even if she's not like, question, answer. She answers them as she goes on. So with your focus, you know that you have the answers already. Hey, Ilsa.
Yes, Kathleen, always.
Over to you.
Okay, sure. Guys, I'm going to run through these phylums quite quickly because I want to get to the table. Okay, we're now moving on to the phylum Cnidaria. It's a silent C, so we say Cnidaria. All right, these are the simplest animals with tissues. They have radial symmetry. Don't need to explain to you again what radial symmetry is. You should know it now. Now, there are two forms of this group of animals. They are known as polyps. Now, polyps have got like a vase or vase, if you like to say, form, all right, or structure. And medusa, as you know, the blue bottles, jellyfish, they're more bowl-shaped like this. Now, the polyps are sessile. Now, sessile means they sit on one place, right? They are actually attached to their substrate. Now, I think this is one of the questions I've read earlier on that one of the learners asked. These animals are sessile. Now, because they have got their tentacles, if you can look at this picture, right, this is a beautiful picture of a radial symmetrical animal, and there's the opening in the middle, the mouth. So they have all these tentacles arranged in a circle. They sit on one substrate. So what they do is they can move their tentacles around all directions to collect food. So that's their advantage of being sessile, is that they have got all these tentacles in a radius around the mouth. Right, now, some more of the information you need to fill into that table. This group, now, they're also known as the stingers, which means that they have stinging cells. So they are mainly predators, which means that they're carnivores. They catch and capture their prey. So they have stinging cells, as you can see in this little diagram here, which is a hydra. And on the tentacles are hundreds and thousands of little stinging cells. And what they do is there's a little prey there, as you can see. So what happens is that these little cells sting and shoot out little stinging structures that will numb that or poison that prey and will ingest it into the mouth. Right. Radial symmetrical. Two tissue layers, which means that they are, yes, sorry, I'm writing it wrong there. Diploblastic. Remember that term. No coelom. And there's only one single opening, and that is the mouth. So if you look at this hydra, like I explained to you now, there's no through gut. There's only one opening. So this animal ingests and egests through the same opening. We're moving on to the next phylum, which is the plat, Phase. You see what I've done here? I've broken it down into syllabi. And I always say to my learners, these worms are hell plat, which means that they are very flat. That's the way to remember it. Hell plat. All right, they're very, very flat worms. So there's no space for a coelom either. They have a pharynx, which is a muscular feeding tube, so they actually draw their food into their mouth. They have a complete gut, but there's only one opening. It's not a through gut, even though they have a complete gut, but it's not a through gut. All right? They lack a body cavity. As I said, they're very flat, so they belong to the group of acoelomate animals. And here's a beautiful picture of a planaria, which is one example of the flatworms. Some more information that you need for your table under the flatworms. Okay, so plat alhamenthes means flatworms. They are bilateral symmetrical, or they've got bilateral symmetry, meaning that they have got, now if you look at this picture, it's beautiful. They have got a front, as I said earlier on, there's an anterior and there's a posterior end. Now, these animals have got in the anterior end, they have got some kind of nerve tissue concentrated in one area. They have some nervous tissue in one area, which makes them now more advanced than the previous group of animals that were the stinging cell animals that sit on one place. These animals can now actually move. They can move in a specific direction, which is forward, so they can move towards their food. And that's a big advantage for animals that have got now all these sense organs situated in the front. There is a word for this. I'm going to give you the word, right? Because they have got all these sense organs situated in the front, we say that they are cephalization. You might have heard of this word. All right, so it means that all these sense organs are situated in the frontal area together with eyes, and later on you'll see the other animals, they've got more complex sense organs like a nose and a mouth and ears. That's cephalization. 3 layers of cells, meaning that they are triploblastic. All right? Also more advanced. Previous animal group was diploblastic. There's still no coelom, flatworms, and as I said, there's a single opening. The next group of animals, the phylum Annelida. Now, Annelida are the segmented worms, like the earthworms, segmented worms. An example there is the earthworm, and I'm sure you all know what earthworms are. They are in your garden all the time, so you must know the earthworms. They have a coelom. There's a definite body cavity, the coelom, which serves as, for this animal, as a hydrostatic skeleton. So earthworms do not have a skeleton, but their bodies are supported with water, which is inside the coelom. They have a complete digestive system, which means that these animals have got a through gut. Mouth and anus on the other end. They have a closed circulatory system, which means that they have got a system of blood for transport, also much more advanced now than the previous group of animals, which is the Platyhelminthes. They have a nervous system, still a simplified nervous system, but they do have a nervous system. Some more information about these the segmented worms. There's bilateral symmetrical. I've explained that. There's 3 tissue layers. There is a coelom. There is a through gut. There's no skeleton, but there's a hydrostatic skeleton, which is water. The next group of animals, I don't know if we're going to have time to get to the arthropoda and to the big group of chordata. I doubt if we're going to get there. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on to the answers. There's arthropoda. There's the chordata. Just quickly, these are animals with a cord, with a notochord, which is they've got nerve tissue. This is the group where we belong to that group. The fish belong to that group. The frogs and the reptiles belong to this group. Right. Now, I want you to have a look. And sorry I had to rush that last 2. Yeah, or the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 phyla. All right, remember we said phyla. I want you to quickly check and see how many of these answers you got right. Now, if you didn't finish it, please, guys, this is a very, very important way of summarizing this whole group of Animalia. And if you can learn it, you can maybe add a bit more detail to each of these words, understand what these words mean. Okay, I want you to have a look and just see if you have got them all right. Remember symmetry. Okay, so check your symmetry, asymmetrical, radial, bilateral. Right, so all of these are bilateral. Number of tissue layers, 1, 2. Those have got all 3. These are all the advanced animals. All right. Good luck, grade 11s. I hope that you have got that table in order and study it very, very well, and good luck. Thanks,
Thank you very much, Ilse. Thank you, mindsetters. And of course, we always have new mindsetters. Nicole, you are our new mindsetter for today. Just a quick shout out. Remember, our Twitter handle is @LearnExtra, and join us also on Facebook. All the learners are very friendly and very nice on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure that you come on and we'll give you great big hugs. To all of the mindsetters, thank you guys. You guys are always so amazing. And remember, Life Sciences will be back same time, same place next week, Wednesday. Call all your grade 12 learners. We'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.